no coincidence that my guest's first name is that of the most widely revered and most popular of all Indian divinities, Professor Krishnan Kutty, popularly known as Medal Krish, Chairman, Career Competency Development, AVVP. We've had Professor Medal Krish as a guiding light from AVVP with his spectacular, or may I say enlightening sessions. Just to give all our viewers a brief introduction about him. A postgraduate in economics from Loyola College, Chennai, an executive MBA from Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, a proficient trainer in life skills for engineering and MBA students, a certified international trainer by Max Singapore, specialized in international teaching methodologies. He is the most sought after person for motivational speeches at CBSE schools in Kerala. He has conducted over 500 workshops in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka for both students and parents. Well, as I went through your profile, I found that you were you're working with some top multinational companies. I'm really curious to know what made you shift to an educational background. I think you
Yes.
were with marketing or sales, if I'm not wrong. So, how come a shift to
See,
education?
I've been into sales and marketing for almost close to about 3 decades. I started my career with Procter and Gamble, then moved on to Taj Coromandel Hotel in Chennai. I worked there for some time, and then I took a serious job with Avery India Limited, selling weighing machines across Tamil Nadu. Then went on to join paint company Jensen and Nicholson, and then off to MRF Tires for almost about a decade, and then a few months stint with JK Tires. And finally, it was with TVS tires in the year 2000 to 2009 or so. So I left. I retired when I was around 48, 49 years, when people are at the top, at the peak, pinnacle of their career. So I rose to the level of. I started as a salesman, and when I left TVS, I was a marketing head, the vice president of the company, as for the sales and marketing is concerned. And that was a good journey in my life. And I've traveled to all the states of this country. If you say there are 28 states, myself had been to all the states. That was mainly because, the tires. I was more into tires. So anywhere you go across the country, you will find some vehicles, whether it's a whether it's a moped or a Audi car or a truck or a tractor or whatever you look at. So wherever you go, so wherever the vehicles run, I go. That's it. So I was covering the all India market for TVS tires and TVS rubber. So that was it. And suddenly what happened, my headquarters was in Madurai, and there is a management school which is called Tyagaraja School of Management. There is also Tyagaraja Engineering College in Madurai, quite a famous one.
Yeah.
And Tyagaraja School of Management, which came in 1961-62, one day when I was in the office in the year 2002, 2003 or something like that, I'm not very sure about the date. A few of the children came and said, "Sir, we have a program, we have a management contest or some sort of function, and we would like to request you to sponsor our show." So how much is your sponsorship? And that boy, one of the boys said, "Look, sir, it will cost you close to about your investment would be around 6,000 rupees. We'll put a banner, TVS tires, and whatnot." So I said, "Okay, 6,000 rupees." Then I just picked up my intercom and asked my accountant to make a check in the name of Tyagaraja School of Management and issue a check for six. So when I ordered for the check, all these guys were looking at me. I said, "Why are you looking at me? Am I so handsome?" Of course, I was handsome also those times. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look, no, sir, I've been going around to all those other companies, and wherever we went, they said, we'll get back to you, we'll get back to you. But here is somebody who said, to get a check." And we were really wonderstruck. Are you really getting us a check? By the time the check came, it was signed by the accountant, and then I issued the check to them. And I told them one thing. This is what a sales and marketing guy always takes a decision. He will never get back and all those things. Possible, yes. If not, I'm sorry. So, and they took the check, and suddenly I got a call from them again, and there was no. And they said, "Can you come over as a guest of honor or something like that?" I said, "What do you want me to talk?" So he said, "Why don't you talk? Why don't you talk about your experience in sales and marketing?" I said, "Okay, ठीक है." And I went there, and there were teams across the country, from different schools of management, and I spoke to them about my career in sales and marketing. What is sales? What is marketing? How do you launch a product? So that was the first time when I took a sort of a class for about 200, 300 students in management. And I also heard about those management students talking on the microphone. And I felt there is a lot of room for improvement in speaking. Not that I was good in speaking, but I felt these people are going to hold responsibilities as managers in future in different, whether it is in finance, whether it is in marketing, whether it is in quality or any department, HR or whatever it is. But I really found them that they were far below standards of my expected level for a guy of this nature who is going for 2 years of management course. And finally they come out, they would become a misfit to any of those corporates. So this is what I felt. So I said, okay, it's easy to say, but as I rightly said, easy to preach, but difficult to practice. So let me see that what I could offer from my side. So in fact, after that, I came back and I was just thinking, what should I do? How do I go about? Should I take on to teaching profession or what do I do? It was a huge risk for me to shift from a top position to this position. I know I would beat up my emoluments by about 50 to 60%. So I just kept quiet. Then there was a call from Bangalore, one school of management. There was a call from Trivandrum. There was a call from Delhi. There was a call from Jaipur. They all wanted me to come and talk. They just all wanted me to come and talk on my experiences. I said, so I'm becoming a celebrity. So bada saab. I said, okay, fine. And they also said, we'll pay for your flight fare. I said, nothing. That's all, you don't worry. Okay, fine. So I went and started conducting classes, and that was in 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2008, 2009. I felt, look, how do I get out of this usual sales, collections, markets research, market penetration, growing in market share. So all those, I said, okay, there's an end to all this. I said, okay, let me shift to help our students to develop themselves in sales and marketing. And that's what I said, who is going to take me? I don't have an experience in teaching. But then some other, when you look at something which is impossible, but when you start searching and searching, there's somebody to say, hey, I am here for you. And that's why Amartya Vishwavidyapeetham came in handy and said, come on, now we want people with experience in sales and marketing, who has really done sales and marketing, because you can't teach sales without really doing a sale for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really selling. You can't read books and start selling. Come on, that's all humbug, and that's what is happening today. And that's where I shifted from a highly paid job to a job here. But I enjoy. That was in the year 2009, and for the last 11 years, though I had about 2-3 years of gap cut off in between, but I certainly, that's how the shift had come back.